Hello and welcome to today's Facecast. Sometimes people might say to me, I'm not good enough to go to church. Sometimes, perhaps more often, people don't actually say it, but it's there in their thinking that they don't qualify for church somehow. They might like to go, but they haven't been for a long time and now it's awkward for them to go. Or they don't go because they don't feel worthy enough or good enough. That kind of hangs around a bit in the minds, the conscience of some people. Others just don't care whether they go or not. That's another story. In today's reading, we are in Titus, right in the middle of the New Testament. Paul is writing to Titus, his friend, to explain things to him and to encourage him along the way. And in amongst all the things that he says to him, which is quite a lot, it's only a short letter, but do have a look at it. Titus, this is chapter 3, verse 5. He saved us, he's talking about Jesus, of course. He saved us not because of righteous things we had done, but because of his mercy. He saved us through the washing of rebirth and renewal by the Holy Spirit. So in answer to those people who might say, I'm not good enough, or intimate that they can't go to church because they don't feel worthy, it's not because of how worthy we are, how good we are, or what good things we've done that we go to church. It's in recognition that we need a relationship with Jesus Christ that we go to church. And if we have that open, honest relationship with him, then no matter how good or how bad or how indifferent or how lazy or whatever we've been, we are welcome at church, because it's in seeking him that's the most important thing. Because through that, we get this thing that the Bible talks about, this regeneration, this new birth, and this ongoing renewal through the presence of God's Spirit with us. And the only reason we get that is because God is gracious enough to give it to us. He was gracious enough to give us Jesus as an example of who God our Father is, a human example of God himself. He gave us Jesus, and it's by believing in the truth about Jesus and following him that we obtain this renewal and this rebirth. So it's not a question of how good we are or how well we've lived our lives or how upright we are or whether we've got any money in the bank. It's not any of those things. It's whether we want to have that relationship with Jesus, that we go seeking him in the place where he meets with his people, the church. And that's only the starting point. Jesus isn't confined to the church. He's there in every part of the world in which we live. But in order to get to an understanding of who Jesus is, in order to get to that place where we can communicate with him and with others knowing him, where we can learn and encourage one another, that's what church is. And it's not a place on the corner of a street somewhere. Church is where other believers are. And that can exist in someone's home, can exist in a Zoom meeting, in a phone call, in an email. Church can exist all sorts of places wherever the people of God are. So no more excuses about not going to church. You're not good enough? Nobody is. But we all go simply through the grace of God our Father, shown to us in Jesus the Son, and ever present with us in the person of the Holy Spirit. Whoa, long sermon condensed into a short Facecast for today. Have a good one. See you soon.